Hey y'all, we've been trying to make this video work. This is my first time. Like, I ran out of ideas to talk about. Ran out of a lot of ideas. I made like 80 of these videos. I got nothing left. This is my friend Brianna.
Hi.
We only talking about moving to a new city.
Because we're both not from here.
No, we are not. We are both transplants.
We're both from Virginia, though.
Exactly. It's just an opinion with a special guest, Brianna.
Hi.
Behold, Simi, life, real life, a thing that we have been denied for far too long. Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
All right, so when you get older and everything like that, we move to different cities and stuff like that. You move from college, you leave from like the house and all that stuff. And a lot of times nobody want to be stuck in their hometown.
No.
And I know I didn't. I know you didn't, because you were like, there's a bunch of cornfields and stuff. And you were just like, you used to run in cornfields, right?
No. I did not run in cornfields.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I think everyone should. I think we all want to move from our hometown. There's like a lot more out here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Virginia. Born and raised a little bit, and then I went to Orlando. It's weird. I go back from Virginia to Florida. Like, that's kind of like my path, I've noticed. But I'm from Virginia, and then small little town. I would say small state. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, all right. So I was born in Virginia, stayed there for 3 months, moved to Jackson, Mississippi. I thought it was the big city. Apparently it's not.
But someone we know, they did say Jackson was a big city. You know what?
Yeah, like compared to Columbus, Mississippi, it's kind of like, shouts out to her, by the way, like very good friend of ours and all that. But Jackson has about like 100,000 people. Honestly, I thought Mississippi was a black state because of Jackson. But it just so happened all the black people are in Jackson.
Oh.
Everywhere else is like, 60, 70% white.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like we just like the minority, but the minority is the majority where I grew up. Exactly. It's like they grouped us all together. The white people left. They literally left. Like, it was kind of like if you looked at my middle school yearbook in the 90s, all white. By the time I got to 2002, things started like trickling down. And by the time I got there in like 2007, it was just all Negroes. They stopped putting money into school. The bricks were started chipping away. It was pretty bad. Also, we tried to get 2 mics to work for this podcast today. It didn't work. We're going to be tagging in and out with this mic. Shouts out to Yeti Snowball. But we're here today to basically just, since we have our experiences with moving to new states and everything, we just felt like, it would be cool to make just an opinion video where you just give advice on how to move, like what to do before you move to a new city and stuff like that. And just like the main things to look out for. So it's kind of like guerrilla style what we're doing today. Like I said, don't usually have guests, try to use 2 mics. That ain't work. 1 mic will always be good. It's fine. We're in a nice Versace building and stuff like that. Everything's good. Like everything's decor. Walmart sponsored this futon. We don't support Walmart, but they gave us this futon, so we're thankful for that. The point is...
And we're going to have a beer after that. Very classy.
Yes, we are. Well, she going to have a beer. I might just have like an old fashioned or something. I can't drink beer. The point is, these are the tips you need to know before moving to a new city. Number 1, knowing what you like. So I kind of thought like before you move to a new place, you got to like have an idea of like what's your interest. You went a different route.
Yeah, I needed a fresh start, and my mom moved here first. So then, obviously, I kind of like followed behind her because like you want a new fresh start, and it was nice to have someone who was already here who knew the area.
Shout out to Chrissy.
Shout out to Chrissy. We love you, Mom. And so I didn't do any research when I came here. I didn't even know that much about like where we live. I just went for it because my mom moved here. And there wasn't much research on my end, I'll be honest.
My thing is kind of like the same reason. Like, I knew,
Right.
yeah, I knew, like, once I was done with grad school and stuff, I was done with Mississippi. I was like, all right, I got my fill of it. It's been about like 20-something years. We good. Yeah. But like, I moved here because shoot, my mom was here too, and I was like, all right, fresh start. I'll see what mom's doing. I've been here for 5 years now.
I've been here for 2.
Yeah, mom is doing very well. But typically, if I was like,
We love her too.
we love my mom so much. Shouts out to Carolyn Fogg.
Yes.
But like, I think if I was to like move on to this next city or next place, you know, some things I would have to ask myself is just like, what do I like?
I agree.
Yeah, I like seasons.
Okay.
Like, I want all 4 seasons. I don't want too hot. I don't want too cold.
I'm the opposite. I like Florida. I think I like it hot. I like the sun beating down on me. I like sweating. I just like to have a tan. Right now I'm not tan, so please don't judge me. But I agree. I think like figuring out what you like, because like, let's say you go, people who like to ski or like the cold, or they want to go to like Colorado or something. Yeah. That makes sense. But then people who like me, who like the sun, like it hot, like it warm, they move to places like Florida or like California. But then with you like all 4 seasons. So maybe you go somewhere like up north or maybe the Midwest. I don't know.
And that's actually like the main reason why I would leave Florida, because I hate sweating. Like, I hate the feeling of like.
I don't know. It gives me a glow.
It gives me like sweat stains. I don't like it. Like my back be like wet sometimes. Like it be like
I've seen that.
Yeah, like I'd be like, I went to like a market one time. It was like an outdoor flea market, and for some reason it was middle of summer, and I chose to wear these jeans and a t-shirt. Back was drenched. Yeah, like had to immediately get home and throw my clothes in the washing machine. Like, I don't like it. Also, we need to start wearing more linen instead of cotton during the summertime. But, you know, that's an American thing. The point is, figure out what you like. Do you like hot weather? Do you like cold weather? You know, just get together with that. Like, what is it that, you know, why would you move to a place that you'll be miserable at?
Right.
Unless it's like for your job.
Right, that is true.
Yeah, like, have you ever moved for a job before?
I have not. I haven't had to. Luckily enough, when I moved here, I had a remote job already. So I made sure like that part was secured, like money-wise. But I don't know, me personally, if I would move for a job, because like I look at someone we know, they moved up north and they're not the biggest fan of it, but they're doing it for a job. So it's like, I don't know. I also figure out like what's important to you. I feel like is a really good thing when you're looking at a new location too, of like hobby-wise, like what do you like to do? But then also like what's important to you. Like for me, diversity is important. I like to make sure like I'm around people that look like me. Sorry, like that's just how I am. So it's like I don't want to have just one specific race. Like I grew up that way. There was only 2 races, and I don't want that. I want to see like different races and see different people and like experience different things.
I would move because of a job, just because. Yeah, because it's kind of like you'll find like a place that you wouldn't normally expect. Like, say if I moved to like Oklahoma or something, I know nothing about Oklahoma. I like, or like Wyoming. Don't know what's in Wyoming either. But,
nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Listen, man.
But it could be like something interesting, just that you just don't know of.
That's fair.
Yeah, like I think it like gives you like an idea just to see something new, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. If I wouldn't have known about this stuff, if I didn't have the opportunity to go here, would it be my first choice? Hell no. But I'm getting paid, I get to see something new.
That is fair.
Yeah, like I know like one thing my dad's always like, he said like he can work anywhere as long as he just likes his job. Well, he can move anywhere as long as he just likes his job and stuff. I need a little bit more specificity than that. Right. But you know, just your regular life and just like if that's what you're going to be doing daily and everything, I think that could be a cool way just to like be open to like new experiences and stuff.
That's fair. Okay, can I take back what I said?
Yeah,
a little bit. I would move to a new city if it was a city that was kind of on like my bucket list. Like if I like for a job. So like if I got offered a job in like San Diego, California, that's where I want to go. Eventually end up. I would take it in a heartbeat because that would allow me to like, oh, this is on my like bucket list and things. I think like Wyoming or like Oklahoma, I would be a little hesitant. Like let me not say I would never like ever like
and I just
not
said
move.
those because those were some random states that came to my mind.
Yeah, no, you're right though, but I don't know. Like if it was a city that was on my bucket list, I would do it. But if it's a city that I'm like, then I may not like. I wouldn't want to move. I'd be like, this isn't worth it, is it?
Yeah, I think like honestly, shouts out to them. I got family up there. If a job was like, hey, you gotta move to Detroit.
Okay.
I'd kind of second guess it just a little. Have you been to Detroit?
What?
It's
Not really, though.
It's very gray. It's very gray. It's nice. Well,
I went for a wedding.
oh, okay. Well, okay.
Outskirts, though.
Okay, yeah, they got nice outskirts, but like Detroit, the city, got family up there. I had my first snowball fight up there. It was great. Was up there like a couple years ago. Met some cool people. It was still gray. Every time I go up to Detroit, it's gray.
Every time you say gray, I'm thinking great. Like you're like, oh, it's great.
Oh, no.
Like,
Oh, no, it's not great. It's great. But they have like cool things there. They got like the Motown museum there. And then we saw like a Pistons game.
Oh.
So they got some stuff. I wouldn't want to be in Detroit for longer than like 3 years though. 2 years at max. But once again, Detroit stand up. Shouts out to y'all. Yeah. Summarizing what we just said about before you move. You want to just make sure you have a job. That's the first part. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You want to make sure you know what you like or you know what you don't like. You know, why are you going to move to, Colorado if you hate the snow?
Correct.
And thirdly, sometimes you're just going to move just because, just for a vibe.
We did.
That's not good advice for everything, but hey, just follow your heart with this one. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next subject of when you actually move there. So we're in our 20s, we about to get that 30. That 30 is coming. That 30.
27.
That 30 coming. Yeah, well, it's going to be here real soon. For you. I got 13 months left.
Oh my God! Yeah. You're 29.
Yeah. Like next month I'll be 29.
Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's
okay.
yeah.
I was like, you're 28. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing. Yeah. Anyway, so we get into
27. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, 3 years gonna go by fast. Anyway, the point is, we like are getting to the point now where like it's hard to actually meet people like when you're in a new city. Like I know when I moved here,
we had very different experiences, but go ahead.
Extremely different experiences because I got here like December 2019.
Okay.
3 months later, the whole country shut down.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was kind of like making it up as I go. Mm-hmm. You got here like, when'd you get here again?
Maybe a year after or two? No, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact year. I'm not good with remembering that stuff. He is.
Oh yeah, I know. I got a great memory. Was it like 2022?
Maybe. Yeah, because we're in 2025.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe because I'm coming up on 2 years. So maybe. I mean, yeah. So you were here a lot earlier than me.
Yeah, I got here. Yeah, so I've been here about like 2-3 years before you. Mm-hmm. Everything was closed when I got here. I couldn't do nothing. And it's like, I just had to like make it work for the most. I just had to wait it out. Like my first year here, I was just playing the waiting game.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But you got here. What was your experience like?
My experience was very wild. To an extent.
It's your testimony.
You
found God.
Well, yes. And so when I came here, I did something a little smart, I would say. And I honestly recommend this. Like when you do move, before you move to a new city, this is like my little, I guess, tip. Yeah, this is my tip. So before I moved to Florida, I was in Virginia and I downloaded Bumble BFF and I set my location for where I was going to live, obviously. And that's actually how I visited once, right? So I came and visited before I actually moved here. and I had said it here, and I met Allison. Funny enough, I didn't meet her in person. Hey girl, if you're watching, I love you. But we like matched on Bumble BFF, and we just kept talking, and funny enough, we bonded over like us both going through something like really bad.
Trauma bonding?
Trauma, yeah, it was truly trauma bonding.
Yeah, that's the healthiest way to do it.
It was, yes. Yeah. And long story short, like to me, I would say like download like friend apps or like dating apps. You can meet people on dating apps too. I know people are like against that, but I've made friends off of dating apps, and this is my friend that I met off a dating app. Yeah. And I have another friend I met off a dating app, and it is what it is. Like, it's a good thing though to like, you know, say like, hey, I'm looking for friends or whatever, because you know, girls and guys can be friends. So like to me, it's not that serious. So I just think, you know, download the apps so that you can meet people before you actually move here, so that like when you do move here, by that time like you've talked to these people and you can just like meet up with them. You know what I mean? Like honestly, that's what I did. But sorry, I got a little sidetracked. So when I got here, I did all that, right? So my experience was different. Everything was open. So I met my roommate, funny enough, on Facebook. Crazy. I know. I'm crazy a little bit.
Adding people on friends on Facebook or like?
No, I think I joined like a friend group on Facebook or like for roommates. Oh, okay. I think that's how I found it on the roommate thing.
Like a Facebook group.
Yeah. So, and it was for roommates. And funny enough, we like worked out. It was cool. So she was new. I was new. And we were just meeting people on like Bumble BFF, making friends. And we were going out, like hosting stuff. It was a fun time. Like, I definitely partied a lot when I first moved here. Yeah. And I got it out. And
yeah, it was a lot of partying going on.
Yeah, even before I met him, like it took me a minute to meet him because I just kept, every weekend I was going out. But it was fun because it was like everyone was new and we all connected on that and got to explore the city like together. But yeah, it was a little different. Like yours, like I kind of already knew a little bit of people before I moved here because I made sure I set that up for myself. While you kind of just moved here, you knew your family. Mm-hmm. And also the timing was that the whole entire country was shut down.
Yeah, like my thing was, first off, your story of moving here was so much more exciting than my story. All right, because first of all...
Please, though, I was in the trenches before. I had taken like 2-3 months. I was like depressed before I moved here, so...
You know, but...
I needed that.
Well, we're just going to call that autopilot. Like, you know, you were just like zoned out for a second. Like, but the thing is, like, when I got here, it was kind of like... Yeah... It's different. It's a little bit different when guys are trying to find friends because... I went on Bumble BFF for like a total of 6 minutes.
Yeah.
A guy liked me. And I was like, okay. So I swiped right. And I was like, all right, you play video games. All right. Then in like the next couple seconds, he messaged me like, hey, what's up, man? I was about to say, yeah, he hit me up on AOL.com and was like, hey, let's be friends. And what was that thing called? Instant Messenger or something? Yes. Like, no, like the dude messaged me. He was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, nah. I was like, nah, this is... Because it was like, first of all, it's like, why did you like me? Why did you swipe right on my picture? And also... I know, you know, the thing is, I know you're trying to make friends because it's like, right. I know a guy who actually moved to a new city and was on Bumble BFF and was like, try to make friends that way. Mm-hmm. I didn't judge him for it. Right. It's just weird when like, you just see. You were doing it. Yeah, it was just weird when I was doing it because I was kind of like, but also it's weird for me to like find male friends generally. Number one, all
We've had our ups and downs for that.
Yeah, all my male friends live in Mississippi.
Yeah.
So
Hi, Tevin.
Yeah, shouts out to Tevin, Cecil, Cortland. Shouts out to all three of y'all. Simeon.
Oh, we know Tevin.
Yeah,
hi.
Jawanza, Straws, y'all too. Like, it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna see y'all when I see you.
Yeah.
But when I'm here trying to make friends, guy friends, it's kind of like, You know, one time, it was like Gasparilla, like a year or two ago. Mm-hmm. I was in line for pizza. The line was super long. I was talking to this dude, cool. Got my pizza, and I asked him, like, hey, man, what's your Instagram?
Ha! Gay!
He was like, he was like,
that was good.
Yeah, no, because, usually I ask anybody for Instagram. Like, it's just like, it's not my number. Like, here's an Instagram. I can block you. I can unfriend you, whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, I followed on my Instagram and stuff. And after that, I didn't know what. I'm not about to message you.
Did you still follow him?
Oh, yeah, I still follow him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Show me him after this.
He sells shoes. He just posts shoes and stuff. So if I need a plug to get some shoes, I'll hit him up. But at the same time, it's kind of like...
You already have a plug for shoes, though.
Yeah, I got a plug for shoes and stuff. Even though he just had a kid. He just had twins. So, like, those Jordans I got the other week, I could have asked him for a discount. But I'm like, you got 3 kids now. So it's like...
Oh.
Yeah, so I didn't want to be like, hey, can I use your discount and stuff? But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Good karma, I guess. The point is... It's kind of... So, yeah, it was hard for me to, like... make friends and like, yeah, I met you through Tinder.
Yeah, funny enough.
And like, I haven't met a single soul on Tinder before.
I didn't live here either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't live here.
Yeah, so like, we just got to know each other just because like, we were just like talking and it was just like, oh, what's up? And it was kind of like a pen pal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, cool. This is, yeah, whatever. Then I actually ran into you at the Riverwalk and I was like, oh, shoot. It's old chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, stuff like that, it's natural because it's like, all right, sure. I was on an app and stuff, but I didn't feel weird about it.
Right.
But everything else, like in Florida, I only hang out with like 3 people. 3 solid people. And then, exactly. And then it's just like, I go on little side adventures and stuff and meet people through there and everything like that. So, yeah. It's some interesting people in Tampa. I got it on a list on like, give tips on how do you make friends in a new city. I don't know how to make friends in a new city, but if you're a girl, it's easy.
Just download Bumble BFF. You'll be good. I promise. I don't know. It worked for me, but it doesn't work for everyone. But I think you just have to be patient too, because your people will find you, So, I mean, you also have to put in an effort. Like, my thing is finding friends is like dating. So it's like, honestly, like, you'll meet people and sometimes you don't mesh, but that's okay. And other times you'll meet like your best friends. Like, Allison, you're like one of my best friends, girl, like my sister at this point. But then also I met you and like you're like my brother. So it's like, it's okay. Like, and also I've had people that I have met and I'm grateful I met them, especially down here, because it's like, I may not talk to them anymore, but I don't know, I had good times with them. So to me, I think it all like depends. Like, I'm still like no beef or anything, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's another thing with like the whole friendship thing. It's like, honestly, I see you when I see you.
Yeah.
Like, you'll meet a lot of cool people, but it doesn't necessarily mean like you're gonna hang with them like all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're seasons.
Exactly. Like,
Colin hates when I say that there's seasons in life, but there's seasons, and
seasons come back around. Seasons come around every year, but yeah, like. But yeah, I know you like that. Was kind of like
that was good.
Yeah, it come back around. It come back around.
Yeah.
Some seasons won't, but it's one of those things where it's just like, you know what? Some people are temporary, some people are permanent and stuff, and I feel like that's another thing. Like, you gotta know when you get into a new city.
Yeah.
That like you gotta know your boundaries in a way, because like, I don't know. Especially with girls, it seems like y'all will trust people immediately. Like, I remember you told me like, oh yeah, this is my girl right here. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, oh yeah, we flew around all this stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, where y'all go? I was like, oh, we went here. And then I was like, how long y'all know each other? 2 months. I'm like, what the do you know how you know what? Shouts out to her because I love her, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know how crazy it is to be traveling with somebody after only 2 months. She could have killed you. If we're being honest.
We had fun.
I mean,
I don't know.
but you know, that's what I want to ask. You know, we're not even talking about moving to a new city. We're just having a conversation now. Why do women? Why do girls trust each other so fast?
I can't speak for all women, but like for me, it's like, I don't know. We're all like, you're like, I can relate to them. Like you're a woman, so it's like, oh, okay, like I feel comfortable around you and stuff. But also, I think it's like during your past. Some women aren't like, they don't trust women that easily because they might have been stabbed in the back by a woman. Yeah. You know, and then there's some people who are like fine, like. I don't know. I guess it just like depends on the person. I feel like that's anyone though. Like it could depend on the person.
Have you ever had like a girls trip that just went wrong, and at the end of it, you were like, you know what, this motherfucker is dead to me?
No, I have no.
Okay.
Oh my God, I am not that type of person.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like
we know you.
It's like a lot of horror stories that go out there.
No, I haven't, and I hope I don't ever experience that. I'm also very big on getting my own room. When I go places with like friends, unless it's like a friend I travel with a lot and like we know each other, then that's a positive. Like, you know, like we know each other's habits, so it's like okay. I just like my space a lot, so I think just know yourself. You know, like when you go on those type of trips or whatever. But honestly, I think for the girl thing, it just depends. But I have noticed, because even from like my guy friends, like they told me it is difficult for them to make friends in new cities. Yeah. And I think honestly, I feel like for guys, it's like you make friends with girls first and then like maybe meet their friends. Like that's how I kind of like with Colin and like, yeah, we like a lot of us, like the girls, we got together and then like I would say we just introduced different people, and like some of them were guys, some of them were girls, and like that's how you kind of just form like, you know, groups or whatever.
Yeah, form the bonds and stuff like that. Yeah, and I will say, like, we all invited me out that one time and stuff. I was kind of like, okay, let me. I had my shields up a little bit. I was like, I don't really know. I remember one time you were just like, hey, we going on a boat. You want to go? And I was like, nah.
We did not get on the boat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Y'all didn't even get on the boat, right? I was like, nah, I don't know y'all too. I haven't known y'all too long. Like, I'm not about to get on a body of water with strangers. Like, at that point, you were like a good acquaintance. Yeah, so I was just like, oh, that's so nice. No. Like, I had to work that day, but I was like, oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah, but I was like, you know, it's probably good I got to work today. Like, I don't need to be on a boat. Yeah. I
don't know, though. I do think when you're in a new city, you got to be a little open to, like, when you move to a new city of, like, being open to new things and, like, people, because that's how you're going to meet people, I feel like. That's honestly, like, the way of, like, okay, like what you did. You were like, okay, I'll go out with you guys and stuff, but I may not know you. Like, he only knew really me, but he went out there and then, like, they all love you. Like, everyone, honestly, like, everyone, like, loves hanging out with you. So it's just, so like, nice. You know? But, I mean, you got to be open, I feel like, when you move to a new city, especially because it's, like, you don't know anyone. So it's, like, it may not be your normal cup of tea when it comes to, like, people. But, hey, you want to go out and you want to go live and you want to explore a new city. So it's, like, do it with these people. Honestly, like, to me, the universe placed you in each other's paths anyway. So, like, there is a reason, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, that's, like, the nicest thing I've heard for myself all year. So, you know, okay. My self-esteem is, like, through the roof right now. Like,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this part out. Anyway. But, yeah, you know, you're right. You do have to put yourself out there, like, just to, like, you know, you can't do anything sitting at the house. No. Like, so if you meet some new people and everything, you ain't got to go over to their house. Yeah. You ain't got to, like, you know, spend the night. But you can always go out and stuff. Like, shoot, that's why I was at Bahama Breeze all those times. Like, Bahama Breeze was my hangout spot for, like, a minute. I met some very strange people. Never seen them again. Never seen them ever again. But it was a good conversation for the evening.
But I will say the universe placed you guys in each other's life for a reason. I don't know. I think that's cool though. Like, you met these people, you never talked to them again, but it's like, it was still cool. Like, you know, it was a good time. I feel like it seems like it was, if it's memorable and you remember some of the stuff and the people.
Yeah, it was a cool time. Like, one time I talked to like this older couple or something. I was like, oh, how y'all doing? Forgot their names. Like, one time talked to this drunk girl who's like, seemed like she was like really going through it, but she was smiling and laughing and stuff. I was like, oh, okay then, all right. Then I talked to this other couple and they were just kind of like, yeah, they were cool. Like, yeah, like, you know, so maybe there is a reason like that conversation was just supposed to be had. Sometimes you're just in people's lives just for like a quick conversation, just to have like some camaraderie for like a good minute. I'm like, oh, you know what? That was a good time.
But that's you putting yourself out there. And that's how, like, you know.
Exactly. And it's like, that's why it's like, even though it's hard for like a lot of people are introverts nowadays. Yeah. It's like, if you're going to go to a new city and you're a bit lonely, just try to put yourself out there a little bit. And even go to places that, like, you even said this a couple of days ago, like, go to places that you have an interest in, and then you'll meet people that's like in your circle
that align with you.
Yeah, like, you know, if you want to go to like painting with a twist and stuff like that, go to painting with a twist.
Right.
You like wine and you like painting, go there. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that is just one of those things where it's just like, with being an adult, you do have to like put yourself in different circumstances if you do want to like get out there and see a couple people. Because we had high school, we had college. Those were like fixed settings, so we were like supposed to meet people. So, you know what? It is what it is. Just go out there, put yourself out there. One thing I think we didn't cover, because we just paused this video and then looked at our notes and realized we didn't cover it. Spending time to yourself, though, that is essential.
Very important.
Yeah, like, honestly, because I'll go to, like, places by myself. I went to see SZA by myself. And, like, you know, that first year and stuff in Tampa, I was just going around checking out places and stuff.
Right.
And, you know, honestly, it's one of those things where you have to like get to know yourself before you just put yourself out there, because I feel like essentially you have to know yourself with any part of life before you like add some additions to it. So like before you add friends, you need to know what you like and what you don't like. Before you, like we said, move to a new city, what do you like and what don't you like? So it's like once you get here, it's just like spend some time just like absorbing the energy or something. Like, yeah, what do you think about that?
I was going to disagree with you for a second. It's okay if you don't know what you like and you don't like. I don't know. I feel like it takes a while. Like, none of us know ourselves truly. I don't know, in a sense.
I mean, that's fair.
But I also think, like, when you do move to a new place, it can be lonely at times. You know, like what he said, like, sometimes he had a different experience than me, like, where he was doing things by himself. And to me, like, it's not a bad thing. Like, I feel like when you're uncomfortable, like, you're learning stuff, right? It could be like, you're uncomfortable in a new place, but you're learning, like, more about yourself. And I think that's pretty cool. And I think it's important to spend time by yourself, especially, like, you're like, okay, this is a new place. Where there's the grocery store, or, like, where are the activities I like to do, or, you know, like, figuring that out. You do have to figure that stuff out first. And it's probably best to do it by yourself, because then it's, like, on your own time. But it will feel uncomfortable, like, I will say that, because I do live by myself. And when I first moved out, I lived in like a neighborhood called Seminole Heights, if you know, in Tampa, and it was uncomfortable at first to like be by myself. I had my friends and I was like, wow, like I am really in a new city by myself. When I first moved here, I was with a roommate, so like I was going out, you know, like partying and stuff. But then like now when I was settling somewhat down and just like taking time for myself.
Make your own space.
Yeah. And it was like, damn, I really do live in a new city. And I started like, you know, like exploring like different parts of the city by myself, figuring out, okay, what areas do I like? What areas do I not like? And you do learn that. But sometimes you have to do it by yourself to truly figure it out, because other people can have an influence. Like they may like that. Like there's certain areas that like I have friends, like people hang out in certain areas, and I don't really hang out that way because I have certain places where it's like, oh, that's not really my vibe, you know? So
yeah.
I don't know, but you have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, it's either like a little too city.
Predominantly one type of race.
Yeah.
And
And that's another thing with Tampa. It's kind of hard finding, like, Tampa's diverse, but not diverse at the same time, if that makes sense. Like,
but I think that goes back to what's important to you, right? Mm-hmm. Of like, neither one of us did the research because we both kind of just came here. So that is something like goes back to like, if diversity is important to you, you got to figure out what city is really truly going to offer that for you. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And I feel like Tampa itself it has its areas where it's diverse and not. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Okay, where was I? I was like this. Oh God. Okay.
It picked it up.
Okay. Well, there's certain places in Tampa that are diverse, and then there's not where it's like predominantly one race. But I don't know. I forgot where I was going. But
you're talking about like just like. Where were you going?
See, this is what happens, y'all. Yeah. When you talk a lot. This is us on a normal basis. We just be fucking talking.
Yeah, like we just be going. Honestly, this is pretty good that we're kind of like in one central area of the conversation, because we would have been like completely on a whole other topic by now. Like, but you do have a point, like
sorry, go ahead.
Go. Oh no, it's like you do have a point with like just if it's important to you, like the diversity part and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
some people don't care, and that's fine.
Right. And that's really good. That's really good and stuff. But it's like sometimes you do.
That ain't me though.
You do want some familiarity to come around sometimes, like, just to make sure you know that, hey, I'm not the only one here. Like, I want that connection. Yeah. Like, you want to have like a natural conversation when you're like, hey, so, I'm listening to some, can't think, Doechii or something. Oh. Yeah, like, like, of course everybody knows Doechii now. The point is, like, everybody you want someone you connect with on like interest level.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like one of those
people who align with you in that sense. So it's like figuring out what's important to you. Long story short, that's what we're trying to get at. Yeah. Whatever is important to you, then figure out what city aligns with that. And sometimes you might try a city and you thought it did, like it offered that, but then it doesn't. And that's okay. And hey, that's part of life. Like, be grateful that you got to experience that, like, city, and then keep it pushing.
Because honestly, like you said earlier about, like, you don't have to, like, have yourself figured out completely and stuff.
I don't. So.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I'm still learning things about myself every other day. So it's like, when you just go to a new city and say it doesn't work out, now all right then.
Right.
Seattle don't work for me.
Right.
Let me go somewhere else. And, like, hopefully you have the means to, like, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because I do know, like, sometimes people can get stuck in a city or a place just because of their means. And to that, I say, try to travel a little bit just to take a break from it.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
Or make the best of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you will be in a new city that just, like, apparently doesn't align with you.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah. And you won't know.
You were there for a reason. I mean.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like I said, now you know you don't like this place.
Right.
So.
Or you might like it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you'll grow to love it. Put your roots in there and everything. That's honestly what I want to know. If I could fast forward in life, I just want to know is like where I'm going to be setting my roots at. Like, what's going to be my city that's going to be my like what's going to be my city that's like this is my city, like, because right now I don't think a city claims me. Tampa don't claim me. Jackson doesn't claim me. I have no city.
It's okay. You'll figure it out. Just enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Like, I think it's okay to not know where you want to go. We are in our 20s, y'all. If you're in your 20s, I say it is good to experience different cities. I do, because it's like we're young, so why not have fun with it? We don't have we got responsibility in terms of like bills and stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't got no kids and stuff, so it's like, and even if you do have kids, like you and your partner and your children, like you could still go to different places because we only live once, and it's good to see as much as you can of the world while you're here. Damn, that was deep.
Yeah, that was beautiful right there.
Like
snaps a break.
Thank you.
And with that deep quote right there from MC Bree, we gonna wrap this thing up. So, thank you for joining us for this Just an Opinion episode, podcast, whatever thing. We just talking. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe Bree will see y'all in the next one too.
Yeah.
And yeah, moral of the story is just fucking move.
Try it, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Simmy, let him go. But those things belong to us. Yeah, we're well rid of those material things. Let them wear our princely robes. We're in New York now. Let us dress as New Yorkers.